The following is a presentation of TFNN. It is now time for the Diagnostic Trading Hour with your host, Darrell Martin.
And I got Lou from Fairfield, Connecticut. Man, how you doing, Lou?
I'm doing good, Darrell. And I got to tell you, you're not just blowing hot air out there. I think the way you look at the market is terrific. You're a nice guy as far as over the TV. All the research you do, all the homework you do, I truly appreciate it. I appreciate your view of the market. It's awesome.
I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Darrell Martin.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. I'm your host, Darrell Martin, right here on TFNN, TFNN.com. You can listen to us on your mobile phone at TFNN.mobi. Let's check out where the markets are at right now. Get you your lunchtime market wrap-up. We got the S&P, everything screaming on up there at 15 points right now. We got the Russell up 14. Nasdaq's up 29 points with the Dow up 167 in the triple digits there. Looking on over at copper. Copper right now on the metal side up, almost 0.25%. We got gold up, or down actually a little bit, over 0.5%. We have silver up 0.5%. Checking out our energy sector, natural gas is currently up 1%, with oil down nearly 2% on the day. So massive moves in oil and the indices. Going over to the ag markets, we got a $4 move in corn. That actually is a 1% move in corn, and it's currently down $4 on the day. We got soybeans up 5, almost 6 points right now, 6 points on the day. Checking out the currency markets, we have the pound dollar is currently up 33 pips. We got the euro dollar is down 36. We got the dollar CAD down 37, and actually dollar CAD's flat. Euro pound is down 37. We got the dollar franc up 37 pips. We got the US yen up 18. We got the pound yen up 76 pips on the day. The euro yen's currently down 4 pips, and the Aussie yen is up 32. But we ought to be seeing some currency markets start to wake up now with things that are going on, developments that are happening. But let's talk about what's going to be happening this week and what you need to have on your news calendar. We got some big things. Some of them are not even tradable events, but they're things that you better be aware of as a trader, so you don't get caught by surprise on them, okay? So tonight we got the Aussie monetary policy meeting minutes are going to be released. So make sure you have that on your calendar. That's going to come out at 9:30 tonight. And should impact the market. It's not really a tradable event, so much as just something you need to be, again, highly aware of. 9:30 tonight, Aussie dollar monetary policy meeting minutes. So sort of like, it's like their Fed funds minutes, okay? So if you're familiar with that, then you sort of cross it over. It's just not as big because it's not the dollar, it's the Aussie. But anyway, so be aware of the monetary policy meeting minutes come out. Even the Fed minutes themselves usually are not massive in and of themselves. Then we're going to go on over, and on Tuesday, we're going to have a variety of trades coming out. And let's see what we got. We're going to have, let's see, current account coming out of the euro. I'm going to see if I can pull anything out of that. I know it's a minor event, but we might have some consistency we can take advantage of. We got a few reports coming out of the pound. So we got CPI, PPI, RPI, core CPI, HPI, and PPI output, all coming out of the pound at 4:30, so we're going to look at that one. Then the U.S. is going to have building permits and CPI come out, and a lot of things coming out tomorrow as far as housing goes. But we're going to have housing starts, and we're going to have building permits, so we'll see if we got something there as well. And one thing I definitely put on your list, like I said, we'll dive into that report, the new residential starts. But definitely be aware that it can affect at least copper quite a bit. So whenever there's building permits and housing starts, obviously, copper's being bought to build the houses. So if you are a copper trader, that can have a pretty decent impact on copper. And if you're not, something interesting to watch and demo. Don't live trade it. Watch it, demo it, see how it works out. Okay? But it's something you can definitely get into there. All right, so let me get all my reports pulled up for you, and we'll start walking through each one of these step by step and get our plan out for the week. And Let's see, what else are we going to have just to get a little sneak peek here? We're going to have some wholesale sales, asset purchase facilities, stuff like that. We'll be able to dive into that. That's not a major trade there. Thursday, we have some PMIs coming out. The big thing that's going to be happening later this week is the Jackson Hole Symposium. Okay? And so day 1 on Thursday, day 2 on Friday, day 3 on Saturday. We're expecting Yellen to be making a speech on Thursday. We're expecting Mario Draghi to be making a speech on Friday. And we'll dig into more detail on that, but this is basically the big financial symposium. So all the big central bankers and finance ministers and academians and the big participants in the financial markets are all going to be there. They're going to be making speeches. The press isn't right there, but they come out, and there's constant leaks of what they're saying and how they're saying it. And this rocked the markets last year when Bernanke was at it. So we're going to see if Yellen does the same thing, and, of course, Draghi as well. And, will there be any specific clues or signals coming out of Yellen's mouth regarding interest rates? That'll be the big thing they'll be watching for. Some people say, don't expect anything. Other people are like, get ready for her to rock the markets. Who knows? But anyways, either way, you need to know it's happening, and that could happen any time. And as we get closer, I'll give you more and more details as I find them out. There's one site I like to watch whenever news is scrolling on out, and it's financial, juice.com. It's just a news website. Just streams a bunch of feeds. But anyways, it goes pretty fast, and I find things out usually before most people do. When something happens, I literally hop right on there, and I can see, basically what's happening, why it's happening, and, the one thing about news that I'll tell you is by the time it shows up here or anywhere else, I was telling some traders about this the other day, by the time it shows up here or anywhere else, it's already on the chart. Okay, and that's very important for you to understand. It's already on the chart. There's no way that you as an individual trader can compete with massive algorithms and hundreds of people on staff or thousands of people on staff or tens of thousands of people on staff worldwide seeking out information to have that in. Okay, that's just like the nanoseconds, the seconds, sometimes the minutes or hours. They're going to have an edge. All that information is built into the chart already. News is not news, it's history. Okay, because you're finding out what happened. Okay? It's not like you're getting live news coverage of what's happening at the moment. Okay? It's history. It's in the chart. You need to watch the chart. The news helps you understand, is the move real? Is it fake? What's driving it? Whenever we saw that, when I did that trade last Friday, we went short oil, and then we took profit, and then it's like minutes later, the thing just flew up. And I'm like, what in the world? And then all of a sudden, USN's flying down. And it's like, what is going on? We go, look, okay, well, Ukraine is engaging Russia. Okay, well, that's pretty significant. It's probably not going to bounce back off of that in the next few minutes. Okay? I've looked on it before and seen things that were like small things that came out and stopped and they were over, and that let me know, okay, hey, don't start getting into this position. Be aware of this. But if anything is news, a lot of times news is Monday morning quarterbacking. It's looking back at what happened, yesterday or what happened 10 minutes ago if you're day trading. It helps you explain the move in the market, but it doesn't help you predict the move in the market. So, at least as far as the news that came out, even when it's streaming through, and I watch this all the time, and it's great, it's helpful, it helps me understand something. I'm like, what just happened, and why did it? That's not normal. I can find out why, but that didn't help me make money on it. So I just want you to be aware of when this kind of news is coming out. It's not like you have to know it and be aware of it and be on top of it. No, that's if you want to sound smart to your friends. Okay? The kind of news you need to figure out how to be aware of is what news is planned that's coming out. What are the expectations on that news? And what is the expected movements that we usually see? Okay? Whenever a news announcement comes out, a planned news announcement, not a surprise news announcement, like Ukraine invading, but a planned news announcement. What kind of movement do we normally see, and is there a way to take advantage of that average move? So does it maybe stay within a range, or does it just take off? Okay, those are the questions that we're asking, and it doesn't even mean that we're going to get a trade. It means we're going to have a plan for a trade should the opportunity present itself. So when this announcement comes out at this time, and the market usually moves this far, then I can do a trade. A trade on what? Well, I usually use Nadex for these trades because they're options for day traders. And so I can go in and I can do what's called a straddle on the news, meaning I don't care which direction it goes, just that it goes far, which there's not that many trades that really move as far as you'd think on news. Or maybe I do something opposite. I go, you know what? This usually stays in this range. I'm going to do an iron condor. I buy a lower spread. I sell an upper spread over on Nadex. So I look at, those are the two main ways. And then, of course, I look for volume spikes as well, Spike Striker, to see if there's anything that came off of that I can take advantage of. But, you always just want to be, aware of the news, see if there's a trade you can take advantage of, and even if there's not, have a proper expectation, such as this usually doesn't move more than 30 pips. So I could look for a potential reversal trade in 30 pips, or if I'm in a trade, I probably want to start tightening my stops or taking profits if it moves 30 pips, or, on down the list. Or I just want to be aware that the news is about to come out so I don't get nailed, because usually it moves pretty fast, at least, 20, 30, 40 pips within like the 30 minutes or hour after this announcement. I don't know which direction it's going to go. So understand, I'm not directional. I'm not trying to forecast the news and what's going to happen on the news. I'm literally just getting in there and trying to go, is there a way I can take advantage of how the market normally reacts when this happens? That's how I trade the news. It's not trying to predict the news, get in front of the news, have the millisecond servers, that are in there and going in and like, fractions of a second are firing off, on the floor. And, I've tried that stuff before. It really doesn't work that well consistently. All completely automated and everything. The fastest feeds you can get. And still doesn't make a massive, massive difference on a day-to-day basis. This right here, though, helps me. Whether or not I'm able to find a trade, I'm able to at least know what to expect in the market and use that in my trading plan. So if you do want to learn how to trade the news, one of the first steps is hop on over to TFNN, click on the Nadex banner on the right side of the page. Once you get to Nadex.com, then click on Trading, Demo Trading Account. Okay? Fill in that username, first name, last name, phone number, and email address, and click Apply for Demo. All right? So fill in that information, click Apply for Demo, and you'll get an email. You'll be able to log in. You just click the login button, fill in your username, fill in your password. You'll be able to log in right away. Okay? And then you also got open an account for free. This is where you can open a live account. It costs nothing to open a live account. There's a minimum funding requirement, a deposit. That's $100. You can obviously do more than that. If you fund your account with at least $100 or more and place at least one contract, one live trade, no matter what the risk is or more, then you can contact customer service and they'll extend your demo account out for a year versus just being open for a couple weeks. Okay? So that's how you get that demo extended out. And when we come back, we'll start tackling some of this news and see what we got coming up this week that we can specifically take advantage of. Stay right there.
If you're an active trader looking for that extra edge when it comes to trading and investments, then now is a great time to get a 2-week free trial to Tom O'Brien's daily market letter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, comes out every market day at around 9:30 a.m. and provides Tom's daily commentary on the broad market, including the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P, plus specific trade recommendations. There's even an update published most afternoons to keep you informed about the day's market activity. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock and option trade. With Market Insights, there's nothing left to guessing. For all the details and to get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights started today, visit TFNN.com.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. We've just launched one of our best Tiger Dollar sales ever. Right now, you can get a 40% bonus on any Tiger Dollar purchase through Sunday, August 24th. That's right, a 40% bonus. If you're a current subscriber, then this might be the easiest 40% you can make all year. And if you're thinking about subscribing, then get your Tiger Dollars now with a 40% bonus. They never expire and can be used for any TFNN product or service. For all the details, visit TFNN.com and lock in your 40% Tiger Dollar bonus today. The Path of Least Resistance is David White's daily trading newsletter, and if you're looking for active trading ideas, then now's a perfect time for a 30-day free trial to this powerful daily trading advisory service. David uses his years of trading experience to offer his subscribers his trading ideas each morning in his Path of Least Resistance newsletter. Using a combination of equity trades along with options, David keeps his subscribers up to date with all pertinent market information with intraday afternoon updates when warranted. Don't miss out on this great chance to get a 30-day free trial to David's daily newsletter, The Path of Least Resistance, with no obligation to pay anything. David has been delivering solid recommendations for his subscribers recently, and if you'd like to see the type of newsletter he delivers every morning, then visit the front page of TFNN, and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters. For all the details and to start your 30-day free trial today, log on to TFNN.com now.
With the launch of Tiger TV, TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, David White, Larry Pesavento, Andy Hecht, Thinkorswim, or Darrell Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing. Darrell takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Okay, so the first thing we're going to is the current account coming out by Europe. And that'll be released tomorrow. So the only thing we have tonight is monetary policy meeting minutes. Just be aware of them, okay? That's pretty much all you get there. And that's pretty much all that's going to happen on minutes because they're not a number expectation. So it's hard to really surprise the market. It's just more if, hints are dropped in there that are different than what it were expected. That's when changes, when it really impacts the market. Hopping on over to current account, 4 a.m. on Tuesday. Let me see what we got here. We'll dive into it. And, okay, so with that, looking at the releases that are coming up, we're looking at basically a 4 to 7 a.m. Trade. So where we'd be entering the trade as early as 11 p.m., okay, and exiting it by 7 a.m., okay, meaning the expiration will be 7 a.m., the entry will be 11 p.m. And let's see, we got 7 pips of movement, 8 pips, 17 pips, 12 pips, 14, 9, 7, 8, 7, 11. Let's see here, 2 pips of movement. Yeah, so we're going to go for a 20 pip. If we can get it, with bid-ask spreads, everything else, we're going to go for a 20 pip minimum profit on the euro dollar, entering at 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration on the Eurodollar current account. Basically, it's not a big market mover, and the market is usually very, very flat when this announcement comes out. Okay? So 20 pips is our profit goal there, minimum profit at least. It's not what you're going to make, it's what you're going to require out of the spreads for you to get into that trade. Now from there we go into something that moves a little bit more, and that's going to be our pound CPI, PPI, RPI, core CPI, HPI, I mean you name it, it's all listed there. And let's look at the movement on that, because it's a little bit bigger, and we'll be looking again at an announcement that comes out at 4:30, so we're probably getting in at 11 p.m. as early as 11, no later than 4. Okay? Obviously, the earlier the better, you get more premium. So as early as 11, no later than 4, going for a 7 a.m. expiration. And looks like we had 75 pips, 10 pips, 27, 70. It's like about 30, flat, 19, 49, 32, 20, 17. Yeah, that's going to be a really tough one because we're going to have to go for a little bit more just because of how it has moved. But half the time it doesn't move at all. The other half of the time we get, let's see, 1, 2. We got 1, 2 movements over 35 pips. Let's see, 1, 2, and 3, 4. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to have to do is we're going to say this it's going to be a little bit different. We're not going to do a news trade on this. It ranges too much and it breaks out too much. Say half the time the market moves 50 pips, okay, or more. And I'm just trying to look, how fast does it do it? Okay, so if it does that move, like let's see, the first one, within 5 minutes it made its entire move. The second time it made 35 pips, 35. We were like 67. Let's see here. The most of the time, I'm just trying to make sure when it makes the move, it makes it really, really fast. One time it took a little time, but it looks like every other time that it made the move, it was pretty fast. So usually, if it's going to make a big move, it'll make it usually within about the first 5 to, I'd say 15, just to give yourself a little leeway, 5 to 15 minutes. If it doesn't make that kind of move, within the first, we'll just say 15 minutes, then we're probably never going to get a move at all. Like we'll probably get less than 20 pips. But we're going to have to chalk this one up to a be aware event and then just put the specific notes down of what to expect on this event. So that way you're not thinking it's a minor event that's not going to have any impact. It can literally, in the first 15 minutes, it can move 50, 60, 70 pips. If it doesn't move that far, it's probably only going to move about 20 pips. Okay? But you just want to be aware of that. That's going to cause a lot of extra volatility on the pound dollar if you are an early game trader. Okay? But go ahead and put that on there. Obviously, you could definitely do spike strikers on all the news trades, especially one like this. And that's assuming it spikes up and then does a pullback, and you'll probably end up getting like a 10 or 15 minute pullback, I bet, because I bet the 5 minute won't even fire off. But anyway, so check that out. That gives you a potential trade. When we come back, we'll talk about CPI and new home sales, housing starts, building permits and housing starts, I mean.
In quiet markets, investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Andy Heck's powerful weekly newsletter, the Technomental Commodity Report, has delivered multiple triple-digit winning trades in recent months. And right now's the perfect time to get a full month-long trial to Andy's newsletter with no obligation to pay anything. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Technomental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you'll lock in the low rate of only $59 a month. Sign up right now for the Technomental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
Darrell Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Darrell Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Who says you can't take it with you? TFNN says you can. With your mobile device and TFNN's live radio streams, TFNN has put it all in the palm of your hands. No special apps to download. No subscription fees for live radio or Tiger TV streams. We say you can.
Now let's go over to the dollar, because the dollar is going to be the generator. It is the generator of basically higher dollar, lower market. And what the dollar has done, and this whole uptrend, folks, has just gone sideways. The way it works, folks, is this.
We say you can. The Tiger Financial News Network. Smart investors and professional traders know you can. TFNN.com. Educating investors. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So we've wrapped up our pound CPI plan. Now let's hop on into the USD CPI plan. We're going to be looking at trading the euro dollar on this. And let me see what we got. Release is going to be coming out at 8:30. We have quite a few releases coming out at once. And on that 8:30 release, let's see here how we can take advantage of it. So we got 14 pips of movement. Then we got 25, 15, like 18, 18, 20. So we moved it to like 30. Let's see, 13. It's pretty small so far. 8, 5. Got a big one there. We've got one big move, like 60 pips. And that happened pretty quick. So it dropped down about 50 pips in a matter of like 5 minutes. So we got one big mover out of all of them. I would put my take profit at 25 because so many of them being at 20, you want to at least be able to capture something. Hopefully it comes back to less than that. It depends on exactly where you start and where your strike is and all that fun stuff. So we're going to have a $25 minimum take profit. Enter the euro dollar 8 a.m. for a 10 a.m. expiration. And looking across, really would not be one I'd want to go through and trade longer days because we have some big moves that happen into the end of the day, it looks like. Yeah, so some of these moves are really big if you held them to 3 o'clock. So we're going to look at 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. euro dollar. That's to trade the CPI, the core CPI. And I think we're going to have about the same result there on housing starts and building permits, so I think we're going to lump all them together. I'm just double-checking it, but, yeah, the stats across the board are basically the exact same just because they come out a lot of times at the same time. But they're about a 20-pip move on euro dollar, so or less. So, yeah, we're going to go for 20-pip minimum take profit on the building permit, CPI, core CPI, and housing starts. Enter 8 a.m., 10 a.m. expiration, $20 minimum take profit. Iron Condor, buying the lower spread, selling the upper spread. Okay? Let's see, 7:30, you need to be aware that the RBA Governor Stevens, that's their Fed chairman, right? He's going to be making a speech on Tuesday night at 7:30. And that speech is before his House of Representatives. So that's like whenever we have Yellen testifying before Senate or the House. So you want to go ahead and make sure that you do mark that. That could definitely have an impact, depending upon what he says, talking about interest rates and printing money and all the other fun stuff. But definitely a big be aware event for 7:30 on the Aussie. That should increase the implied volatility quite a bit as well on those options. But again, coming out at 7:30, RBA Governor Stevens is going to be talking. All right, so that wraps up, or sorry, not Thursday, Tuesday, 7:30 p.m. on Tuesday. All right, so walking on over to Wednesday, there is the expectation that there'll be, okay, for one, make sure you have the asset purchase votes, the official bank rate votes. Have that on your be aware list for Wednesday at 4:30 a.m. on the pound dollar. Okay, so they'll be releasing their votes that they placed on the last announcement. However, we don't expect any kind of big change on this, but there is an expectation that there'll be at least one dissenting vote wanting to change the rates now. If that doesn't happen, that would definitely be very, I guess you could say, bearish for the pound dollar, but on the raising the interest rate because they're not increasing the value. If we get if we do get that one dissenting vote, then that's sort of what the market's expecting. I know it says forecast 009, but a lot of the economist reports I've read said they look at least one dissenting vote coming in. Anyways, but so just, and again, be aware, pound dollar, purchase votes coming out. If there is a surprise in there, if that dissent vote is there, is not there, either way, people have different expectations. So that is going to impact the pound early in the morning, but not really a news trade, unfortunately. The other ones on the list really are the same thing. Of course, crude oil inventories, you can look at expected ranges, look at Spike Striker. Okay? We're going to have the wholesale sales coming out of Canada. Not really, again, a tradable event, but just to be aware of it, 8:30 a.m. on Wednesday. CAD wholesale sales coming out will impact the USD CAD a little bit, but it literally is so minor that we haven't been able to find any kind of pattern, even a flat pattern on it. So just not one that we want to really dive into, okay? But you do want to be aware of it if you're trading the dollar CAD in the morning. 9:45 Wednesday night. The HSBC Flash Manufacturing PMI is coming out. That will usually impact the yen, and it could impact the Aussie as well. Wouldn't even worry about the CV leading index. That'll be coming. I guess you could put that on your be aware. Be aware 8 o'clock CV leading index. But just know it's happening. But it's not. I don't expect anything to happen out of it. So, but the HSBC, be aware of that because we've had some crazy moves happen on some of these Chinese events that have been coming out on the yen and Aussie pairs. So just know that it's there, so you're not surprised. Thinking, well, there's no Aussie or yen news. Well, there's China news, and that is impacting those currencies. Hopping on into Thursday. Thursday we have trade balance. We got retail sales, jobless claims, existing home sales, the Philly Fed Index, all that coming out. Big thing, of course, we also have natural gas storage. Big thing, Jackson Hole Symposium. So put that on your all-day calendar and expect Yellen to make some sort of comments. The whole theme of the symposium is unemployment. So how to fix unemployment. So we don't expect them to go real all crazy into monetary policy unless they're going to tie it directly into, well, if we change the interest rate, this would negatively or positively impact unemployment. So they don't expect like that big bomb that was dropped like by Bernanke. I guess it was not 1 year ago, it was 2 years ago, when he dropped his big speech and it just rocked the whole markets. But nevertheless, that is coming out. And then I was trying to see, was there one other thing yesterday? No, just that right there. Okay. So, but anyway, so, we do expect something to come out. We don't expect it to be massive. But you want to be ready and be watching, and don't be real lazy on those days, okay? Because you never know what might just come out of somebody's mouth when all these big financial gurus are getting together, okay, of the world's markets. All right. So what do we got that we can do? We got trade balance. We have retail sales. We got the jobless claims, existing home sales, and Philly Fed. Let's see, trade balance. That last came out on, July 22nd there. Let me look at our new trading plan. See what we put together. Okay, well, we don't have anything on that one. What about, go back one more, and then I'll look at the current ones. Okay, so nothing on it. Back that out. And, okay, so on the trade balance report, we have movements of, so looking at dollar franc on this, okay? So it's release comes out at 2 a.m. And so what we're really looking for is a potential, 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. trade. And it looks like we got a move of 28, 17, 17, like 3, 38. Let's see, 14, 8, 5, 25. Let's see, about 35, 6. So I would go for just averaging on that. I know a few of these may lose $5, but it'd be easy to get filled. We're going to go for 30 pip minimum take profit so that we can get like these 7 pip ones and 8 pip ones. Okay? So $30 minimum take profit, entering at 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration on the dollar franc. Okay? And that's trading the 2 a.m. trade balance report. So $30 minimum take profit, iron condor, entering at 11 p.m. for 7 a.m. expiration for the 2 a.m. trade balance report that comes out on Thursday. So, of course, you're entering on Wednesday night. But for the report that comes out on Thursday at 2 a.m. All right, that takes care of the dollar franc trade balance. Hopping on into the retail sales. You probably want to have just be aware, but 3, 3:30, and 4. You're going to have a lot of PMIs coming out. So you got the Euro, the German, and the French. So French comes out at 3, the German comes out at 3:30, and the European in general flash manufacturing PMIs all come out 3:30, 4 a.m. on Thursday. Obviously, that can have an impact on the euro. We don't trade those reports directly, but you want to have them at least on your list as potential market movers. Okay? And now we'll dive into the UK retail sales. The last couple years, it's actually had a pretty big move. Let's see what it's done over the last 12 months and see if that holds to be true. If it does, then we might have ourselves a nice trade. But my guess is that a lot of the markets have died off over the last year. So I've had to go and looking at the last 12 months versus the last 24 months because we had such highly inflated moves on news last year. And a lot of that's balanced out now, like really calmed down. Okay, 25 pips. Let's see, we got 14, 11. There we go. We got a big mover on that one. It looks like 50, 45. And let's see, taking that out to 7, we got 11, 28, 18, 35, 45. A lot of 35s and 45s going on. I'm not really a big fan of that. And then with all these PMIs coming out at the same time, we got a 10-year bond auction being released. I'm going to make this one a little bit wider than normal. We're going to go out and, again, I won't be surprised if we don't get filled on it, but I just want to make it wider just in case it is a bit of a crazier move. And I'm going to go for 40 pips minimum profit. And that's entering at 11 p.m. for a 7 a.m. expiration on the pound dollar. And that's because with all the different manufacturing PMIs coming out of Europe and then the retail sales, I think that could cause some definite volatility. So we're going to go ahead and also with the 10-year bond auction coming out of the pound. And that's tentative. Let's see, what are the expected release times? And if it says tentative, the way you look it up is you just look at the past movements there. So we got 5:30, 5:30, 5:30, 5:30, 6:30. That's time change. So probably about 5:30, 6:30. So still between 11 to 7. See, I definitely say I'd want at least that minimum $40 Iron Condor profit on there, or I just don't want to take the trade. for the pound on Thursday night for 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. Okay? And we'll even look at that as we get closer. So there'll be see what's happening with Yellen and her talking. Draghi's supposed to come out sometime Friday. That's going to add some implied volatility to everything as well. So we'll see how that one goes as we get closer. But right now, that is the point on the pound for Thursday. That brings us into the morning with a lot of home sales reports, building permits, new home, existing home sales, all that coming out this week. Jobless claims, sort of same thing we do every week on that one. I'm going to be looking for spike. All of these, by the way, I always look for spike strikers on. Okay? And then going into jobless claims, you just want to always have that one on your list as a potential trade. And let's see here. So if you don't have that on your list, add weekly jobless claims on Thursdays. Okay, every Thursday at 8:30. And always be looking for spike strikers off of it. And usually it's a pretty small mover. Okay? So we're going to have the euro dollar. I mean, we're talking a 25 pip usually is more than sufficient. I don't even know if you're going to get that much, but you'll get 25, you'll get 30, you'll get a lot of 7s and 8s. So 25 is more just really that's as far as we expect it to move. It's a safety number. So see if you can get 25 pips. And I'm working on a formula on how to even make these things tighter. But for right now, that would definitely lock into profit for you if you could pull that off. So let's go for 25 pips minimum profit on the Iron Condor Euro Dollar enter at 8 for 10 a.m. expiration. That'll cover our unemployment claims. And again, that's an every Thursday trade, so it should always be there. And or looking for spike strikers. Okay? Then going into, we have some 9:45 and 10 a.m. trades. And we're going to have existing home sales. We're going to have flash manufacturing PMI. Wouldn't really be worried about that. So more of the existing home sales, the Philly Fed. And what else? That's pretty much it. Okay, so existing home sales, Philly Fed. Let's see what we got on that. Looking at the euro dollar, we're going to be looking at it, I guess, at 11 a.m. We can look at 11 or 12 expiration. We're talking about 1 pip, 3 pips, 2 pips, 9. I mean, it could not be more flat. Let's see. What like 11, 3, 8. Let's see. One big one. We had one massive move. Existing home sales were way worse than expected. That was back in November of last year. And beyond that one, that one you would have dropped down, just got out of the trade. But beyond that one, the rest of them just stayed within a 20 pip range. And many of them much less, like 1 pip, 2 pip, 3 pips. So we're going to go for a 20 pips 9 to 11 euro dollar. But we are doing an Iron Condor on this. It is Jackson Hole. So just make sure you're keeping your finger on the button and ready to hop out on that. Just knowing that there could be some random news announcements coming out. But 9 to 11, 20 pips on existing home sales. Let me see if the Philly Fed lines up for us on that as well. That'll make the same trade. And I'll let you know when we get back right after this break.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this prospectus and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Hi, I'm Steve Rhodes, host of the Money Master Show at TFNN.com. Eastern legend tells of a fair maiden who was offered a rare gift by the king of the land, a bag of pearls. The king promised that she could keep the largest, most perfect pearl she could find with these 3 conditions. 1, choose only 1 pearl. 2, remove 1 pearl at a time, accept or reject it. And 3, if rejected, it would be lost forever. She began by looking at the pearls, passing on many special treasures. She delved deeper into the bag, and soon the pearls were replaced with pebbles. Sadly, she went home empty-handed. Folks, replace pearls with time, because we cannot go back even 2 seconds. We live in the eternal moment of now. So when now are you going to take advantage of my offer to you, a subscription to my daily investment newsletter service, Mastering Probability, where you can experience the most incredible pearls for trading and investing, the Rhodes Momentum Indicator and Strategy. The offer? It gets better. A 30-day money-back guarantee. Don't go home empty-handed. Mastering Probability. Available on the homepage of TFNN.com.
Tom O'Brien's weekly gold letter, The Gold Report, gives complete and concise coverage of the entire gold market. Inside, you'll get Tom's commentary on gold, the dollar, the rand, the bond, the XAU, the HUI, and detailed coverage of nearly 25 mining stocks. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price of each stock trade. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. With a lifetime of knowledge and almost 12 years of writing his informative weekly newsletter, The Gold Report, Tom O'Brien can provide you with the important market information to help you make better trades in the gold market. Don't let the next bull run in gold pass you by. To get a month-long free trial to The Gold Report, an $85 value, visit the front page of TFNN.com today.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.
Join David Dwight as he keeps you up to date on the latest tech stocks while he uses his Power Law Vector Indicator to identify the best trades. The Power Trading Hour, next on TFNN.
All right, folks, going back here to the Diagnostic Trading Hour. So wrapping up these trades here, we're looking now at the, we got the existing home, we got the Philly Fed Manufacturing Index, put all that together in that one trade for the 8 to 10 a.m. 25 pip trade there. Let's go ahead and move on down to Friday. Okay, Friday, what do we got on our list? Looks like we got some Canada trades going on. And we got core CPI, core retail sales, CPI retail sales. Yellen actually looks like she is, looks like they put it on the schedule already. Okay, she's going to be speaking. So let's update our news plan. Make sure that we do have Fedman Chair Yellen is speaking at 10 a.m. Draghi is speaking at 2:30. So they've announced some times. They got them up there. So 10 a.m. Fed Yellen speaking, and 2:30 Draghi is talking. And this is going to be at the symposium. So you're going to want to definitely know that that's happening. Okay? Just have that on your calendar. All right, well, before that comes out, we got retail sales, and we got CPI over on the CAD. And so what kind of movements can we look at going into a 10 a.m. expiration? We got 17, 40, let's see, 6, 18, 10, 35, 24, 28. Looks like this one's just balanced enough that it's going to make it really hard to trade. I'm going to check the retail sales, see if we get the same thing. And let's see, you're on retail sales for 10 a.m. trades. We got 17, 50, 10, 35, 25, 28, 18, let's see, 10. There's a lot of 25s and 35s in there. I'm going to pass on this dollar CAD trade. What I would do is I'd put on it, like, make it a be aware of it, and I'd say expect about 25 to 30 pips of movement on the trade. So, I mean, I guess if you could pull off a 35 pip iron condor, you could do it, but, I mean, I even see some that are quite a bit more than that, so I'm going to stand aside on that one. But expect, up to about 35 pips of movement on the dollar CAD for the core CPI, CPI, and retail sales reports coming out of Canada, 8:30 on Monday. Friday. 8:30 on Friday, August 22nd. Saturday, Jackson Hole Symposium still coming out, so that could lead to some movement, depending upon what comes out of that in the markets over the weekend. So be careful on holding any positions into the weekend. Could have some big moves on Sunday, Monday, depending upon what it is you're trading. And then Monday, Britain is going to have a bank holiday. So they have their summer bank holiday. So that'll be coming out on Monday. And then we'll have some new home sales and stuff that we'll check out. Let's see, going into the following week, not a whole lot it looks like happening here in the U.S. And looks like some stuff will start picking up, but nothing major the following week as the market gets ready for the Labor Day weekend, week after next here. That's where things will start picking up, is after that. That's when everybody starts getting back, and we start getting interest rate announcements and everything else. It'll be a big launch week. We're going to have NFP. We're going to have a lot of announcements coming out right after the Labor Day weekend. So next week looking pretty quiet. A lot of people do go on vacation that week out there in Wall Street and Chicago and all that. So, both in New York and Illinois there. So you just want to make sure that you're aware of that. But that is your news wrap for the week. Hopefully you got the plan down. Make sure to check out the archive. Be to go back and check it. And I hope you have a great day. And I'll see you tomorrow right here on the Diagnostic Trading Hour. Stay tuned for another great show after this.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
You're watching Tiger TV.